Hey, it's the fifth day of the week. Happy fifth day. One more day and then Sabbath. Oh, it's going to be great. One more work day and then Sabbath after this. Today's proverb is Proverbs 27:1, which says, "Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring forth." Don't boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring forth. Um, in James 4, it says, "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a city, spend a year there, buy and sell, and make a profit, whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that. But now you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil." Um, I learned this the hard way. When I was touring, I would book shows about 2, maybe 3 months in advance. And it was just easier to maintain that way. And at the end of 2019, I got a little bold and ended up booking the entire year of 2020, right? And that was something I had never even attempted before. And I was able to get shows for the entire year. I was on cloud 9, right? And then March of 2020 happened. We all remember that because we're still living that. Some of us are still living that some places, right? Then March of 2020 happened, and I went from a year of shows to practically nothing. And to be honest, I haven't recovered from that blow. I've had maybe a couple of handfuls of shows since then, but nothing like what I had set up and nothing like what I was doing before that. Um, so basically, what I'm trying to say is the pandemic is my fault. My bad, right? It's not. Don't blame me for the pandemic. Don't. I didn't do it. But anyways, um, so yeah, I was planning. I was planning my year. I wasn't saying if the Lord wills this, I'm gonna do this. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do, and I had made the goal by 2021 to go to Japan, and I think Japan's still on lockdown to America. Like Americans can't go to Japan right now, so I still can't go to Japan. Um, so that is what that is. Instead of just taking one day at a time, I'm planning for everything. Um, in Luke 12, um, our Messiah is talking, and he's telling a parable. And he's talking about this man that he's just planning for the future, right? And he's like, so he said, "I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there I will store all my crops and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry." So he's just planning for the future. He's setting up his retirement fund, basically, right? But God said to him, "Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then, then whose will those things be which you have provided? Who's going to get all that stuff, huh? If you're storing that up for you, who's going to get all that stuff? I'm taking you. So is he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God." Wow. And so, in the Psalms, Psalm 52, actually, David is talking about this one dude that ratted him out to King Saul. And he goes on to talk about how God is basically going to whack this guy, right? And he says, so this is Psalms 52. It says, "The righteous also shall see and fear, and shall laugh at him, saying, Here is the man who did not make God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness." So, this guy, he's trusting in his own strength. He's trusting in his riches. I'm going to take care of myself, but God still takes his life, and people laugh at him because it's like you trusted in yourself instead of the Most High. Earlier I mentioned in Luke, I was talking about, it said, so is he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God. So how can we be rich toward God, our God? 1 Timothy 6 says, let them do good, that they may be rich in good works, ready to give, willing to share, storing up for themselves a good foundation for the time to come, that they may lay hold of eternal life. So don't just be hearers of the word, but be doers of the word. That way we can build up riches toward God. Where your treasure is where your heart is. We aren't promised tomorrow. I know I'm just using a bunch of cliches. We aren't promised tomorrow. However, while we do have today, we have the chance to walk out our faith. So this is the message that I have for you today. Be blessed. Peace.